Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live for the Straightjacket podcast. 445 people. Big up to everyone who's locked in and watching the streams, watching the channel grow each and every day. Big up to you lot. We've got Minna in the building. Minna, how are you doing? Everything all good?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, can't complain. The weather's not great today, but listen, we've been blessed. Yesterday was absolutely scorching in Manchester. So yeah, man, it's been a good day. Man, like Musa got the set looking nice. You know what I'm saying? You get me? What you telling me, Musa, man?
I'm here, man. What's good? What's happening?
Yeah, man, can't complain, man. Can't complain. Obviously, Nuruddin is on the road. It might be a little bit busy in the car. Shout out to the residents in the car.
Yo, big up, people. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me, Saeed? Hello?
Can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Have you got your headphones, Nuruddin? Get your headphones. You'll hear us. I'll big up to Nuruddin. He'll sort himself out as well. Oh no, it's not on. But yeah, Minna, how you feeling after yesterday? Obviously, first defeat of the season, but I feel like, you know what, man, we played well, we played good, and then now I'm seen to be too overly positive. I'm toxic positive. I can never win, you know. Like, if I'm positive about a performance, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? I'm hammering out. Listen, I know I'm hammering out, but I can also admit when we played well. Can I not, or is it?
I think you know what it is. I think some people have, like, their opinion is set regardless of what happens. So
yeah,
you know, they've got their opinion on, say, Bruno, or they've got their opinion on Amorim, and no matter what happens in the game, it's not going to change.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I think as a fan base, I think we just wanted things to be annoyed about. But it was a good, like, I don't think I've seen a performance like that in the Premier League under Ruben Amorim over the last, 6 or so months. I know a lot of people are dwelling on that goalkeeper. I don't even think it's a goalkeeper blunder, because I think any other goalkeeper or any other team is probably given to the goalkeeper as a foul. But one thing I can say about Bayinda, though, although a lot of people kind of focused on that, I think the way that he was passing out from the back, some passes I think a lot of people were overlooking. And I have a question to you lot in it, because I said yesterday what I saw in the first 45-50 minutes of Dalot and Mbumo made more sense than what I've seen between Mbumo and Amad. And my reasoning for that is because I think Amad and Mbumo occupy very similar spaces. In the last 5 or 10 minutes, I don't know if you lot noticed, when Madueke came on, Lewis Skelly was kind of pinning a lot more central, and Amad kind of had Madueke on his back feet all the time, and Arsenal were playing with a back five at one point, when Amad had the ball. And there's certain moments, especially in transition, when Amad came on, him and Mbumo making the same runs. And I've seen it in pre-season too. So I was saying that the first 45 minutes of what I saw from Dalot, outside of his decision-making in the final third, because
crossing and whatnot,
I thought he was a better support to Mbumo than Amad was to Mbumo, because to me, they're just too similar. Like, there was particularly a moment where Amad and Mbumo make the same run. Cunha's driving across field,
Yes.
And Mbumo and Amad made the exact same run. Now, Amad offers a lot more going forward, but sometimes when he got past Madueke and he's trying to find that delivery in, or he's trying to get a shot off with his left foot, and Mbumo's standing there waiting for the ball because he wants to do the same thing. And I just think it's just those guys. But outside of that, I think it was a good game yesterday. I think there was a lot of positives to take away from the game. I think defensively, Lenny Yoro did lit. I think Luke Shaw did well as well. But it's the midfield, bro. The midfield stinks, and it's going to continue to stink. Like, that Casemiro sub made sense just in terms of fatigue, because I think he was doing well up to a certain point.
Yeah,
but bringing on Ugarte for me just never made any sense, just because I felt like it wasn't a game. Coming into the game, I felt like Man United were going to be on the back foot in the midfield. But as the game went on, Man United were actually the better team in midfield. So I just thought it would have made sense to bring on Kobbie Mainoo instead of Ugarte, because you don't need someone that's... there's something that really frustrates me about watching Ugarte sometimes, is that it's not even the fact that he doesn't do the basic stuff of midfield well. Even the things that we're told that he does well, he doesn't even do that well. Yesterday, I saw him try to jump into this little tackle, and so Odegaard just skipped past him like he wasn't there. Like, just past him casually, and I'm thinking, if this is what he's here to do, we're talking about him being, you know, the disruptor in the middle when it comes to transition games, and you know, and at least do that properly. Because if you can't do that properly, then I don't think you have much of another bet. Like, there's no way Amorim watched that yesterday, and Jim Ratcliffe, and then watched that yesterday, and still think, you know what? Okay, we don't go and drop that 100 million on Belabor. Go and do it. Because I don't think I can watch a season of Ugarte in the middle. I don't think I can.
No, I'm with you. I think, I don't know. It's baffling. Someone today, they've been talking about on Twitter today about Manu, but if anything, the game needed a bit of magic because Manu could do that on the edge of the box. Manu probably puts that, you know, on target at least. He makes the right decision. That's why I don't get when he says, you know, when he brings on Manu, so he brings on Ugarte. What's Ugarte going to do apart from run around? We didn't need energy. We needed control, and we needed right decision making. That's what I think the manager needs to understand. Yeah, is that we need to be doing the right things at the right moment. So bringing on Ugarte didn't make sense, but tactically from Amorim, I thought it was excellent. You know what I mean? In terms of nullifying Arsenal, in terms of having a game plan. You know what I mean? It's just the execution that let us down yesterday. I don't think anything else was bad. But can we do that consistently? That's a question. But the midfield for me, Bruno, again, just doing what Bruno does, in it, like giving the ball away. I think for me, you know, can we sort that midfield out before the end of the window? It's crucial, man. Goalkeeper and midfielder, you know, because he's now put himself on the line there, Amorim, by dropping Onana. He said he dropped him. I don't know if you've seen his press conference, by the way. He went ballistic. Have you not seen his press conference?
Yeah, who is it that asked him a question about starting
Let
Tom
me
Heaton?
get it up, man. This was.
I don't get what is the obsession that everyone has with Tom Heaton. I don't get it.
Yeah. People are doing too much.
He's one of the lads. Because he's one of the lads, Mina. He's one of the lads.
At this point, you might as well. I'd rather you play an academy player rather than playing the third keeper. I'd rather you play an academy goalkeeper. The obsession that everyone has with Tom Heaton for me is a bit.
Yeah. Because you know what it is. They're two bad players, isn't it? So they obviously want to do it. Here it is now. I'm gonna play this.
Saeed,
one second before you come in, I'm gonna play the video before you come in. So this is what.
Ruben, did you give any consideration to starting Tom Heaton at a foul time because he's conceded a goal similar to that before?
Why?
I think a lot of people might argue that Tom's
Can you see his eyes? His eyes is like he's furious.
Keeping is more experienced in the Premier League.
But he suffered a goal like this where? Without VAR. Without VAR. With VAR, with VAR is a foul. And then what happened in the next game? What happened in the next game? No, not at Wolves. The next one, Arsenal. Who saved the penalty? Who saved the game? All the game. No. Before the penalty. You don't remember the game. I remember the game. Altay was unbelievable in that game. So I considered everything to put one on another, and I choose Altay.
Bro, he best not die on this hill with Altay. I'm telling you now, man. If he dies on the hill with Altay, it's crazy. But the fact, I don't know if you've seen it, yeah? He hates, yeah, that journalist, and he's a prick for me, yeah, is Jamie Jackson. I can't stand this Jamie Jackson. He blocked me on Twitter for when he called out Manu. I don't know if you've seen when he made a tweet about Manu. And basically, he said, yeah, you didn't answer my question. And then he gave him that, like, he rolled his eyes in and went, fuck's sake. Like, bro, the media are onto Ten Hag, Amorim right now, man. He's like, yo, this is what I'm doing, innit? Are you not listening? Like, he's actually now defending himself in press conferences because he's like, yo, but now, because now he's making decisions, he's got to, like, proof is in the pudding now. You've got to now deliver. Because if we don't, and you've made a decision of choosing Bayende over Onana or maybe not getting a goalkeeper, it's going to be on you. You feel me? So that's where he's got to own up to it. If we lose because of Bayende, then you got to own up to it at the end of the day, because people are going to...
It's not just because of Bayende side. Like that goal that we conceded yesterday, there was a lot going on. Like our better ball-winning players, whether it's Casemiro, whether it's Euro,
Delic should have been on him.
They weren't. There was about 3 players who wasn't on the right player for that corner. So for me, like, as much as like there was a full 90 minutes of football that took place yesterday, and then we're gonna kind of pinpoint one moment where there was a few players in the defensive setup that made a mistake that also led to a foul and then the goalkeeper conceding. So as much as I'm not even a Bayende fan, but at the end of the day, I get what Amorim's saying. Like yesterday was not about just Bayende. Like there was a lot to yesterday's game, and I just feel like if you criticize or if you scrutinize anything that took place, people just say, "Oh, you want Amorim out." But for me, I look at football quite simple. You play your best 11. I looked at Arsenal. They had 2 new signings in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. They had Zubomendi and they had Gyökeres in their lineup. Yeah. They had their 2 new summer signings in their 11. And what Arteta said was, I want something which is going to be sustainable. If I can pick this 11 week in, week out, this is the 11 I'm going to pick to go and win us the league, to go and win us games. Whether they're ready or not, was there somebody better to play in the middle of the park other than Zubomendi? Maybe there was. Was there somebody that's more used to Arsenal's style of play up front other than Gyökeres that could have started like Havertz? Maybe there was. But did the manager want to start with his best foot, with his best 11? That's what he wanted to do. And what happened? They went to Man United. They didn't play the best because obviously everyone's trying to gel, but they showed a mentality, a winning mentality, and they beat us at our own ground with their best 11, not at their best. So for me, they done everything that they had to do and everything that was asked from them. Then you look at Man United, we didn't play our best 11. When you say that statement, people start saying, but it worked. What worked? We didn't play our best 11 and the best players that we had in the whole squad that were available on our first game. He picked a team which everyone would say is not sustainable moving forward, even if you do beat Arsenal. So again, I look at a manager who's picking a side to just beat the team that's in front of him, but not to sustain a level of football moving forward how he wants to see it. The first 2 things for me, this is just my opinion. There's not a team that me as a manager, I don't come to Man United and I drop Ahmad and Kobe Mainoo. For me, it's impossible to come to Manchester United. For me, this is my opinion, and look at 2 footballers of that footballing ability and that level of football and drop them and not have them in my first lineup. For me, it's just impossible. No matter who I buy in the summer, who I don't buy. Cool, other managers might fancy something different. But for me, the minute you drop Kobe Mainoo and you drop Ahmad from your 11, for me, it's already a red flag. Something's wrong with the type of football that you want to play or how you want to win the game. And I don't just see it sustainable, especially if you then replace Ahmad with Mason Mount. Okay, Kobe Mainoo with Mason Mount, and you replace Ahmad in this system with Dalot. For me, it's just a red flag because I look at the setup yesterday and I said, you know what? Amorim's system is actually working better for us now. The players are starting to understand this system and they're looking better in it. I didn't look at the defensive unit yesterday and think, oh, Dalot added something to it. I just feel like he understands the system better. But what he lacked offensively was what Dalot lacks offensively. But defensively, when Ahmad come on, we didn't get any worse defensively. So what does that tell you? He understands the system just as well as Dalot understood it. But what we did get, we got better going forward offensively. I looked in pre-season. I saw Ahmad and Mbeumo play together in pre-season. And I'm seeing that they're trying to understand their game. They're going to need more time on the pitch together to get to understand their game better. But while they're figuring that out, our defensive unit doesn't suffer. So there's no reason to drop Ahmad. If our defensive unit suffered and I saw that we got worse defensively, I would understand why you start with a Dalot, because Ahmad compromises that defensive unit. But as you saw yesterday, he doesn't. And also, as you see, Mbeumo is also a great guy defending and then also breaking. And I think, and this is, remember, this is one of the things that I predicted, is that as the season goes on, I think Mbeumo might end up left back or right wing back and Ahmad in the 10, just because of how much space Mbeumo likes to run into and how direct he is, and also how strong he is on the ball and how he's able to collect it. Because you see our wing backs have that freedom to get forward, and I think long term you might just see that. And Mbeumo's played that before at Brentford. He's played the wing back position anyway. And our wing backs, for me, they end up being like wingers. If you look at their heat map, they spend a lot of time on the wing. And Mbeumo wants to do that. And Ahmad is very comfortable going into that 10 position and playing in the and playing in the middle of the park. But that's just something to look at moving forward. But again, you want to play a false 9 and then you choose Mason Mount. Bruno Fernandes was non-existent. Bruno Fernandes is your best option to keep further up the pitch into that 9 position. If you're saying, cool, you don't want to risk Sesko yet, cool, no problem. Put Bruno further up there and allow Kobe to start the game. You don't have to put Mount, because what Mount did, and it's no disrespect to Mount, but Mount was average. What you got from Mount is what you expect from a player of Mount's ability. And I think because Mount actually gave us what we expect from him, we end up saying he had a good game. But Mount just did what he was meant to do. Mount didn't do anything extraordinary, and nor did he let down the shape or the system. I just think Mount did what you expect from a 60 or 70 million pound player. That's what Mount did. Did Mount do anything that you said, right, that's extraordinary? You didn't do that.
No, I don't think he did it. Go on,
Musa, can I just come in 1 second? Musa, can I just come in 1 second? I really think that you're correct on the Mason Mount thing. Manchester United did not buy you just to fucking run round and then fit into some sort of shape. If you're going to play up the pitch as that number 10, you need goals and assists.
Yeah.
But people are just exactly. United fans just take mediocre because some guy runs around. We all think, oh wow, he's doing great. I just want to say this. I'm a lover of context. They shouldn't call me Mr. Struck. They should call me Mr. Context.
Yeah, change rebrand.
Listen, I personally believe that Arsenal overloaded. Now our teams, I just want to give this context. I think they overloaded. Some teams do it before the first game of the season. I think they overloaded in training that week. And then when they came to the game, they looked like they were playing in sand. I was at a beach. Yesterday was beach day, yeah? We left the festival to go to a beach.
Yeah.
As the players looked like, from what I saw, that their feet were stuck in the sand the way they were playing football. And tactically, after half an hour, if any of you want to check it out and go and watch the game again, half an hour they changed. Tactically, they changed it after half an hour. They looked at us and said, this is United team. This is a United team with a lot of expectations. When they go behind in a game like this, they're not going to score. So we're going to just play. We're going to rely on our strongest point at the moment. You're correct, saying fit. Our attackers are not firing. We're just going to the most important and strong unit in our team is the defense, and we're going to rely on that defense. That's what they did. And the reason why I was angry in some of my match reactions, some people were trying to call me out on it, calling me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm me as well.
Yeah. Listen, I'll say it simple. Everybody sees football different. Now, the way some of you have been talking about, oh, it's the best game under Amorim, I don't buy that because I put the context of what the context is. The best game under Amorim was Anfield away in a game that we should have won. And because we played against a team that wanted to play against us. No, let me finish. Let me finish so we can get angry afterwards. But
I agree
that's
with you.
That was the best game. Yesterday, I saw Arsenal team that tactically after half an hour said, we're going to just rely on our defense to get us this point. That's all we're going to do. And that's what and for me, this fucking gimmick needs to stop. Maguire comes on. I actually think the Maguire and the subs made us worse except for Ahmad. And Mina, I agree with you 100%. Mina and Mbermo get in each other's way. They were getting in each other's way, which was bad, right?
Crazy,
so
man.
they need to learn who comes in and who goes out. They need to try to get a better understanding. But in terms of this gimmick on Maguire needs to fucking stop. The gimmick with Maguire in the last 10 minutes, we think that because he scored one goal in like 5 years, he scored one goal in last minutes of a game. Now we think that's the best thing to do. Him try to hit him at corners.
Did you say we were defensive yesterday? Did you say we were
No.
defensive?
No, I don't think it was defensive. I think Arsenal were defensive. After half an hour,
We made them defensive. We made them
yeah,
defensive.
no, we didn't say that's the difference between me and you. Genuinely, that's the difference. That's the difference between me and the United fan base.
Oh my God!
They decided to let me finish. No, let me finish. You can come in. Listen, the internet can go. Let me just make my point and then you can come back.
No, hold on. I want to just.
No, the internet can go. It's intermittent. Let me get my points off. Then you can come back at them. I believe Arsenal, after half an hour, decided they're going to play their strongest unit. They had fitness issues, as you can tell, the players who were coming up or whatever was going on. I believe that's what they did. And I believe in 96 minutes of football, and if you watch my match reaction, I specifically said the arse were there for the taking. The arse were there for the taking, and we should have beaten them. But in 96-minute football, he only made one crucial save, in my opinion. Everything else was a P-roll or shots that anybody could save. A decent goalkeeper can save. No, yeah, you can say that. That was the penalty. That was the penalty. Yeah. But Saeed, we know that VAR is never going to give United anything like that. They're never going to look at it like that. But the only shot
hold on a minute. Why was their midfield not allowed to do what they need to do? Why wasn't the Declan Rice allowed to get on the ball? Why wasn't Zubimendi as effective as what he could have? Why was Saka not allowed to be effective on that right-hand side? Why was that? Was that because of Arsenal, or was that because of Young United pegging them back in and having the control of the game?
Saeed, I told you this before. I've said it to you. You can go and read about it. There are certain teams, in terms of load, that before the actual season starts, they load. They go heavily on load. They go heavily load in terms of, and then in the first game, they look quite lackluster. They look quite like tired and fatigued. And that was us, and that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. Please, let me finish.
This, man.
No, let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me
finish. Let me finish.
You can't say the statement.
Listen to me. Listen, they played like a team that was tired. That's what I said. So after half an hour, you can't tell me if you go and watch the game again. After half an hour, they decided they're gonna stick with what they can because they know we can't create shit.
No, Nuruddin,
and
man.
then the next, listen, the last 10 minutes. Listen, no, I'm not. The last 10 minutes, we did this gimmick, hoofing the fucking ball, other than playing football. And people like Ugarte and Bruno think they can do. Bruno thinks he can do like a superb through ball, that the hardest percentage of a pass. And Ugarte thinks he can shoot from 40 fucking yards. Ridiculous. So that's why.
Do you think he's being fair there? Be honest.
Nah. Nuruddin is the fan that I was talking about at the beginning.
Nicely, but Nuruddin,
So you guys think that was the best game that you've seen Amorim, like you've seen Man United?
I disagree with Nuruddin. What I disagree with Nuruddin is about the fact that Arsenal just shut up shop. I think Man United put them in that position to shut up shop. Now, one thing that Arsenal were doing a lot was Calafiori was inverting, and Martinelli was trying to go 1v1 against Lenny Yoro, and as a result, Dalot was playing a lot deeper. This is like the first 25-30 minutes, right? Yeah. And what were Man United doing? Unfortunately, we were playing transition football, but Mbeumo was able to capitalize on that space on the right-hand side that Calafiori was leaving because he's going quite inverted. And if it was Lewis Skelly there, he would invert. If it's Calafiori there, he would invert. Gabriel had to defend hard for 96 minutes, as did Saliba, because both of them had to cover a lot for their fullbacks that I think were playing a lot very high. The only difference is I think Patrick Dorgu was able to exploit Ben White, which is why Patrick Dorgu had a lot of space, because also he didn't have to really support Luke Shaw with Saka, because Saka just didn't get into the game, in my opinion. So do I think Arsenal defended or felt like shutting up shop after 1-0 because they thought Man United weren't going to score? No, I thought they actually changed. Even when Calafiori came off and Lewis Skelly came on, Lewis Skelly was instructed to sit tight. He was instructed to sit tight, and we had Madueke playing as a left wing back, a 1v1 against Ahmad. I do think in a way that, you know, Arsenal did look very, lackluster. They looked very like it was stuck in the mud kind of thing. They, you know, Gyökeres didn't look good, nor did Martinelli, nor did Saka. I think Odegaard was their best player attacking wise. Just when they got to that final third, that relationship is lacking a little bit. But I think it's disingenuous, if that's the right word. English ain't my third language, but I think it's disingenuous if you genuinely believe that Arsenal just defended and didn't feel like they had to defend against
Manchester United. But you know what's difficult? What's difficult is when you look at an Arsenal team yesterday who felt quite comfortable with everything that we had to throw at them. I think their defensive unit, their two at the back, they felt quite comfortable with because let me give you an example. If
I thought they were defending quite tough. Like, I don't think they felt comfortable. I thought they were defending at 100%, not at 70% or
I think as a team they didn't defend well. But I just feel like if Man United goes away to the Emirates and that's all Arsenal throw at us, what we threw at them yesterday, and we come back with a win, we just say that, look, we weren't on our best, We defended how we had to defend, and we never felt like they were truly going to hurt us because they never had the number 9. That's how I think they felt about Man United. I get, because my thing is this, I get what the fan base is saying in that our system actually looked much better against the higher opposition. I get that. I think you can say that at the same time, but but the problem is this: if that's the best Man United played, and can we all admit that Arsenal didn't play well? If you was giving Arsenal a mark out of 10 in terms of how we know they play, what's the mark that you give them for yesterday?
Yeah, for me, Arsenal were underwhelming. But can I flip that question to you and say, did you anticipate Man United to play the way that they did?
There you go.
That's the problem.
Coming into the game.
That's the problem.
Everybody was tooting and rooting and about.
That's the problem. No, that's the problem. That's the problem. Because we feared so much for ourselves that when we actually saw that we played a standard level of football, we thought. And my biggest point is this. Is this what I'm going to say? I believe the team, the players are starting to understand the system much better.
I agree.
But Amorim had the choice to pick the best players who can. Because remember, you see what we done yesterday. Take out Mbumo, take out Cunha, and put what's his name? Put Anthony and put Garnacho in there. Because of the lack of quality, you start to say to yourself, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're up to. This is why I say that the players matter in this system to be able to deliver at the highest level. He had an option in the midfield to get another player in there like Colby who can deliver this system or deliver, or when he's in the system, when he gets the ball and he has to think about what he has to do, he can do it to the highest level. He had another player in Ahmad who can also do the same thing, and he chose to drop them. So what I say to the fan base is this: what we saw yesterday was good, but when we all saw the lineup at the beginning and we all put our noses up to it, you had the right to do that. Don't let what you saw yesterday end up saying to you, maybe he was right. No, he wasn't, because he didn't pick the best players that he has at disposal. He feared Arsenal to an extent, and he went with the way that he went. All right, cool. There's nothing wrong with that, but Amorim has to understand that sometimes we've seen other managers do this, and this is like his first year, but he's only been in 6 months, so it's his second year. Amorim, you want to play 3-4-3. You know how you want to set the players up. We know you play with attacking wing backs. You don't really ever play defensively. Yeah. Die on your sword. Just trust the players. Go for it. Because if any game I believe we had, which was a 3, was the Arsenal game. Because as much as we, as a fan base, wanted to win that game, we all know that at any given time we can beat Arsenal. Arsenal can beat us.
Is the stream gone, by the way? Have we lost Singy? The stream gone. The stream is gone. Is the stream up?
On my side.
Oh, is it on there? Okay, cool. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is this. We will know if everything you lot are saying about Manchester United, the proof will be, and also Arsenal, we will know if this Arsenal was lackluster and was just trying to find itself and find its rhythm from the next 2 games. If Arsenal progressively continue to step it up and they put continuously to, play in a certain style and win their next 2 games in comfortable fashion, we will know whether the Arsenal we got is what you lot are saying or it was the other way around. And we'll know the same for Man United, because I actually thought we played well. And then my younger brother said to me, he said, Arsenal set up like most of the teams in the bottom half of the table set up.
Yes.
And he said, and they asked us a simple question, break us down. And he said, no, 1 minute. So he said to me, what you're not understanding is what you saw today, you're going to see a lot throughout the season against the bottom half teams, where we have a lot of the ball and we're putting them under pressure, but we can't do anything with them because because he said our attack was like Ollie again. It's left to them. There's no patterns of play for the attackers to actually to be offensive and to score. A lot of it is left to them and what they can do on their own. So he said, because of that, you're going to find what happened yesterday is going to happen again and again in this season. And I was surprised because I didn't analyze it like that. And I said, you know what? I understand what you're saying. If we play a lot of games and a lot of the lower half teams set up like that, and we're asked to break them down, and their attackers, like you're saying, Ahmad is running into the same channels as Mbumo, Cunha's telling Bruno, shut up. I need to come deeper and get the ball because you lot are not getting it to me. What people are not like, Cunha wasn't happy being that far up the pitch and not getting involved in the play. He had to come deeper to get the ball so he could start driving it. If our attackers are feeling that pressure, you know, and they're not getting that ball, guys, I don't know. That excitement might come down very quickly against Fulham and Burnley, guys, very quickly.
Yeah. People there, the app is messed up. Before I want to just challenge Musa's point. I do believe though we didn't have our front three as well available. Sesko had no preseason, absolutely none at all. You know what I mean? So
he played some games with Leipzig, Saeed.
What?
Yeah, he did.
He had no games.
He played some games with Leipzig.
But I'm talking about Man United.
Forget Man United.
Forget Leipzig. We're not here for Leipzig. We're here for Man United.
No, but he's fit enough to play, Saeed.
Oh my God, he's not fit enough to play. We don't know yet. We don't know his match.
So why did he come on?
Because he came on because the manager wanted to try and win the game. And obviously, it's Old Trafford. Why not give him a debut in his first game at Old Trafford? So it's not about that. What I'm trying to say to you is that Manchester United didn't really have their front three available as well. So we have to allow that to kind of fully work. Ahmad and Boomer are still kind of developing their partnership.
Right, this is what I said about Arsenal. Zubimendi, is still trying to find his feet at Arsenal. Yeah, Gyökeres. No, what I'm saying, Gyökeres is still.
They go to a team that's
no, but Gyökeres is still trying to find his feet at Arsenal, and we're all laughing at him. The difference is the manager is setting up how he means to go forward. He wants it to be sustainable. Like, start your players and bring them off after an hour. Start your best team. That's all it is. Start your best team and bring them off after an hour. But I'm not going to say either or. I just think that the players are starting to understand the system better. But I'm not at the point where I'm excited that, Man United, this. I just think that they're getting to understand the system better. And it's also they're going to need the manager to make it easier for them. Like, okay, cool, manager, we all get the system. We understand it a bit better. But can you help us by picking the right players and to allow us to be at an advantage at certain times of the game? Let us be 2-0 up, 1-0 up in the first half to allow us to have that platform to build up on. Don't make it more difficult by doing this Ugarte stuff or doing this Maguire stuff, and none of it is making sense. Because if you're chasing a game, Ugarte is not the player you bring on.
No, I agree. That thing for me is that's where I can blame the manager in, that his decision making was poor in certain aspects. But I think for me, when I look at it now, these are the sort of things that we're going to need to learn and understand, you know what I mean, and realize what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, these are
the details that the manager will have to win this year.
I agree with you, but
now we've got a team that we all know has got quality. Now it's going to be them things of, did he not play this player here? Did he not play that
I'm with you, Si, but if you and Min are correct, in your analysis of the first game, we should be picking up 6 points in our next two games.
Yeah.
If it was Man United going against the best, that's why I'm not going to jump in it. If we pick up points in our next two games, 6 points, and we play the same way we play, so it tells me it wasn't about the opposition not being at their best. It wasn't about who was in front of us and that the fact that they're still trying to learn how to play together. Then I'll know, regardless of the opposition, this is what Man United are doing. They've set a new standard for themselves how to go out. If I see that in the next two games, I'll be like, okay, cool. I get what you lot are saying. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to wait for the next two games.
But we still need midfielder.
And you know what? I hope and pray, because you want to ignore the midfield. I don't know if you saw Bruno's heat map, but that is not, when you play in the two, you have to be in and around each other. You can't just be the way you are. Like the way that he's moving everywhere on the football pitch, you cannot, because you're asking Casemiro to do so much. And the biggest thing for me is that we will get games this season where it's going to be a lot of goals. We're going to concede a lot of goals, because I don't know if you guys noticed, obviously Arsenal attack wasn't on it, but the way that he's asking the three centre-halves to defend is going to be techie, because you're going man for man and high up. Very much high. Really high.
Yeah, I agree. Even Nuruddin, he's lost it, man. People, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. The servers are down in it, so apologies if you are watching, and it's out of our hands, people. I don't know what's going on. It might be a YouTube problem, so apologies for that one. But for me, it's like, what are we doing now, man? We need to go and get a goalkeeper and a midfielder, man. And like, what do you think we'll get one? But are you worried about getting the wrong one as well? Because we might go get a midfielder like Hulmund. I don't want Hulmund. It's not what we need.
100%.
100%. It's about getting the right one. Even if we go and get a goalkeeper,
he's totally the wrong profile. Saeed, Holman is totally the wrong profile of a player. He is told to have a clue.
Yeah.
He played in the Sporting in Portuguese league in the Premier League. Manchester United need a Belabor or somebody who's have the same exact characteristics as Belabor. Belabor or somebody who's got the physicality,
even Edison,
the drive.
Edison is solid.
No. Edison, I don't.
Edison's not what we need, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Edison's
a ball carrier.
No, but not like that. Not like that. He's slow, bro.
Tenacious, good on the tackle, good on the ball, and he carries it.
Not in the two as well. You gotta realize the gaps in the field are scary. Like I genuinely don't know. Like I know. Listen, I know you don't watch what you've been researching a lot of midfielders. Like, do you rate that Lucien Agume? Have you watched a lot of him?
I think he's good. I think there's quite a lot of talented midfielders across Europe that could do a job for Manchester United. My actual question is, I don't think United should cheap out on a midfielder. I think if you're gonna get a midfielder, pay the premium price and get the one that the manager wants. Like, yes, you can find plan B, plan C, plan D, but I'd rather you go out and, people are saying Brian's asking for too much, but there's no such thing as too much when your midfield looks like this. I think United should just pay the price for Belabor. What they need for me is a box to box. They need an engine, and I do think Bruno will get phased out slowly in the midfield. I see like a 12 to 18 over the next 12 to 18 months, Bruno getting phased out. Because at the end of the day, I was having this conversation with my cousin the other day, and I was saying that I think the Bruno staying. I don't think United can create that much of a culture change and get rid of Bruno as well. Bruno is part of that culture change, and you lot might not like Bruno Fernandes, but I think he plays a pivotal role in the dressing room and to play.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't think United can do all of these kind of changes and talk about the cultural shift in the team, and in that process get rid of Bruno. Do I think that it was the right decision to keep him? No, but I think long term it might pay off. But I do see him getting phased out of that midfield, and it's always important, I think, to have quality within the team. So even if it's like, I don't know why, as United fans, it's like we're allergic to having good players on the bench. It's like you want to try fit all the good players into the starting 11 and then have a diabolical bench. I wouldn't mind having quality on the bench and quality on the pitch, but in terms of the midfield, I like Lamine Camara. You lot know he's been my guy since before he even joined Monaco. But he's different to Belabor. I think if you've got a Kobbie Mainoo, I don't think you really need a Lamine Camara. I think you need a Belabor next to Kobbie Mainoo.
Yes, 100%. I'm with you. I think the thing is,
well, it's not a good sign if Saeed's agreeing with me. Maybe I'm saying something wrong.
No. Listen, I think it's it's about complementing each other. I think it's about understanding. Right now, you don't want to make wrong decisions. Like, we've been linked with Adam Wharton today. Again, I don't think United are going to get Adam Wharton by the end of this window. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately, guys. Like, it's not. So that's where I'm like, what do we do? Like, do we rate the right decision, or should we just go and get a body? You know what I mean, in there, because Casemiro and Bruno starting week in, week out, it's gonna be terrible, man, and it's not gonna work. And Bruno today, there was a thread about Bruno today again. United Archive, go and watch it, man. You know what I mean? Bruno lost possession 628 times over 36 matches in the Premier League during the 24-25 season, averaging approximately 17.44 possession losses per game. Like, yes, he wants to do the extraordinary, but in that midfield, if he's got them tendencies to do that, we're going to be in trouble. You know what I mean? He's got to be able to do that further up the pitch, but he's not being told he can do that further up the pitch. He has to play in that position. And yesterday, he was playing against us, man. Yes, he got better second half, but bro, you can't afford to be doing that, because Casemiro ain't got the legs. He's far away from him. He ain't got the legs to be doing all that.
I don't know how you can just play. I don't know how you play Mason Mount as a false nine before Bruno Fernandes. That's, as much as I don't like Bruno, I just don't know how you do that as a manager. I don't know why you think
Mason Mount's got the off the ball qualities that people that people don't see. And I think I appreciate.
I think he played well yesterday, but the thing is,
I think he did.
With Mason Mount, it's another situation where people's dislike for him or what he's
I
failed
agree.
to do
I
over
agree.
the last 2 seasons, they won't give him praise. But also, I agree with the fact that you can't praise mediocrity when it comes to £60 million signings. Like, you have to show your value and your worth consistently, and Mason Mount hasn't done that. So I think both things can be right at the same time.
Yeah, because why I'm with Bruno. A lot of people like to disrespect Bruno and say A, B, and C. My thing is that if the closer Bruno is to the goal, the more dangerous it is. That's all I've always known. Like, as much as we might say Bruno runs around, he does this and that. If Bruno's further up closer to the pitch, there's more likely than not he's going to assist someone or score a goal. That's just what the numbers tell us, guys. So for me, if you've got to pick someone to be closer to the pit, closer to the goal, and you've got Bruno or Mount, do you guys pick Mount over Bruno?
For me, I'm still picking Bruno because of the fact that he's got a bit more quality.
That's what I'm saying, because even yesterday, Bruno is just too dangerous with the ball. And he was just so dangerous closer to our goal. I was thinking, we've got a danger man so close to our goal, trying to do like mad little passes.
You can't square pegs in round holes. You can't just put Bruno in ahead of Julian and Mbumo. You can't.
No, of course you can't. Of course you can't do that. But I'm just saying, if we don't have a number 9 starting, even having Mbumo up front yesterday with having Bruno and Cunha in the 10 would have been a better setup for us. I totally believe that. Because as much as people want to say Bruno this, Bruno that, Bruno in the 10 actually makes something happen.
Also, Xerxes was available as well.
Xerxes was available. Xerxes was on the bench. And this is what we're going to hear.
Xerxes ain't going to play. The guy, he's just come back from injury. He's not match fit. He's not going to. Yeah, but
we're not talking about playing the whole 90 minutes. We're talking about, let me give you an example. We're talking about Sesko, who's played preseason and is fit. As Amorim said, that he's fit and he's ready to go. Play an hour. And then let Xerxes play 30 minutes. Like, keep it simple. Let him play 65 minutes and let Xerxes play 25 minutes. Even as you saw with Arsenal, Gyökeres is not fully, at his firing levels, but they're setting up as they mean to go. That's all my thing, because
he didn't have a preseason Gyökeres. He went missing, didn't he? He didn't even go to the Yeah, he didn't. So that's why he looks super rusty.
Yeah, he's just as fit as Sesko. Of course. He joined them late, had a couple games.
Mina, he joined them late. He's way behind. He's like 2 to 3 weeks behind. Like, Mbumo faded out in the second half because he's 7 days behind in terms of the preseason than Manchester United. And by the way,
we might have a slow start. We might have a slow start with Man United where we might not.
No, that's not exciting. You saw what you saw yesterday. So
I'm talking about players.
To speak.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're not going to win points here, but because there's the schedule and the lack of players maybe available, United could possibly have a slow start in there. I'm not saying it's acceptable. We shouldn't do that. But I'm saying because of Sesko,
I feel for Amorim. You know why I feel for Amorim? Like, I'm not Amorim's biggest fan here, but Amorim is traumatized from last year. There's no way what happens to him last year happens, and it doesn't involve his thinking. You know what I mean? There's no way. So when Amorim goes for Dalot over Ahmad, even though he played Ahmad all preseason, that's Amorim's trauma, and I feel for him because what happened last year was a lot. And that's why when you see him in a press conference, he's feisty. He's like, what? He's on it now.
But you know what he's doing, though? He's saying what he's doing now is he's saying to people, why are you questioning my decision making? Now,
did you watch his interview on Sky?
Hold on a minute. He's now getting a bit pissed off now because people are questioning what he's doing. Hoyland's not in the team. And I agree, man. If like people are moaning now that Hoyland is not in the squad, why are you moaning? You want the player sold? Now it's the treatment of Hoyland is bad. Why is the treatment of Hoyland bad? You wanted hold on a minute. You wanted people sold. You wanted him out of the team, and now we're all complaining about the treatment of Hoyland.
Who's complaining about Hoyland? Who's that? They must be mad. Who's that?
I'm telling you now, bro. The amount of people that's moaning here, we're not treating him right. Look at him. He's feeling a bit, we're a bit sad.
Someone said, I don't know what show it was. Someone said yesterday that Hoyland would have done a better job than Mount up front yesterday. I was like, what are you mentioning Hoyland for?
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's possible, man. We have to get rid of
what I
players.
read about Hoyland, though? He got dropped and he's basically being told he's being left, and he still came to the game.
Yeah, he came to the game. Yeah,
I remember
fair.
He's a young, but yeah.
He's a
He
United
got-
fan. What do you
He's a
expect?
fan,
He's a
he's a
United
fan.
fan, mate. He's a United
He's a
fan.
fan.
What do
Yeah,
you
he's a
expect?
fan. He's
He's
a
a fan.
fan.
Listen. On a human level, I do think it's unfair, but I do think also Manchester United have to put a marker down and actually try
Yeah,
and
Nuruddin, yeah.
say that, you know what, it's no sentiment. It didn't work. But I actually think it's deeply unfair that you had.
But you know what I will say though, they
Bruno
should
and
have let him
Garnacho,
know.
and now
Yeah.
you got Imbermo and Cunha with Sesko. For me, it's another project, another fucking project. Another
What I
project.
will say though is, he should have been part of the bomb squad. I mean, I know it sounds mad saying that, but he should have been told
But
at the
this whole
start.
bomb squad thing, is it people that you're trying to push out or people who have done things wrong and you're trying to get rid of them? Because
He has got
I say this
been
all the time. Malacia, happy birthday to Malacia, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday. How old is he now?
His
27?
only crime is being friends with Rashford. He's actually done nothing wrong.
And you
Yeah,
know
what's
what, Mina?
Anthony's crime? Anthony ain't got a crime. What's Anthony's crime?
And you know what, Mina?
He's dead.
And you know what,
That's
Mina?
his crime is.
Listen,
That's
Mina.
what it is.
Mina, I just want to let you know, my friend texted me the other day, and he took a photo of Malassi actually training at a local Manchester United club. He's not even training at Old Trafford. He's not training at Old Trafford. He's been training at Lee, if I'm not mistaken. Football club.
The Lee Sports Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Malacia.
I think it's harsh putting Hoyland in this category.
At the end of the day, no, Saeed. The reason why they didn't put him in the bus squad is that just imagine they couldn't get a striker because their number one target, which the agent and the player said they're coming, and when United didn't have Champions League, they just changed their mind. That's the reason why that United have been guessing, and this is where all you giddy merchants, all of you in the comments specifically, the ones I'm talking to, that when you're getting excited about this transfer window, I'm gonna repeat to you again, once again. Cunha, let me finish. Let me finish.
You can't be positive around the.
Let me finish. No, it's not about positive. It's not been about positive.
The same person that's going to get his shades on. By the way, this guy already getting to get his shades on if we got Baleba. That's the same person speaking.
Let Nuruddin speak.
Did you not say that, though, Nuruddin? Did you not say that you were going to get your shades on if we got signed Baleba?
Nah, listen to me. It's not about being positive. Let me just finish. United fan. Imbermo's a United fan. Say, a buyout clause. The other one, tell me about signing things. Sesko, we might have tracked him, but he was not on the 4-5 player list that Manchester United wanted. And majority and everybody thought he was going to Arsenal. And that deal was not difficult to do. What I'm hearing through the grapevine about this deal is that Manchester United thought they could get Baleba for 65 to 70 million. That's what they thought. A package in their heads, they thought a package would be like 75, maybe our push. And you know what? This is the same negotiating team that went to fucking Villa and said, "Oh, can you loan us Martinez?" On what fucking planet and what crack are you smoking? Where Villa need the money for PSR reasons, and you're saying, "Oh yeah, can we just take your main keeper, who's been one of your best players for the past couple of years? Can we just take him for a loan?" I mean, this is the propaganda. Listen, you're all in the spell. So when you tell me Manchester United have a great window, what fucking great window? Because majority of time, let me finish. No, I'm talking. No, I'm giving the context. Yes, I'm giving the context. Because you guys tell me, we all agreed that we needed 5 to 6 players who can play that man-to-man, with physicality and technical ability. We said that. And 2 get signed, and you all get giddy, and Baleba gets mentioned, and I was right. Go and check my fucking videos. I was right. I said, don't play with the fans' emotions. Saeed, do you not hear what I said? I explained and said, this is a generational signing in terms of the effects this player can have on the football.
United tried
no,
to
they
sign
couldn't.
him.
Saeed, stop that shit. You absolute PR. You're so PR'd. I don't know what to do with you. I swear to God. I just take you to the fucking doctors. I have to take you to the doctors. You're so PR'd. You're so PR'd. You are so PR'd. You are so PR'd. I swear. I have to take that. You know what? I have to get you some therapy. I have to get you some therapy. Sorry, Nick.
No, well, don't worry, don't. I'm
Apologize
saying
to
to
my
you,
friend in the
that
car.
the facts are Manchester United wanted to sign Baleba, but Brighton weren't interested in selling him. They didn't even. It got to a point where they didn't even want to even
That's
give
a
a price.
lie. That's a
What do you
lie.
mean that's a lie?
That's a
What's
lie.
your credible source then? What's your credible source? What's your credible source apart from saying
That's a
PR?
lie.
What's
Stop
your
lying,
credible
Saeed.
source without
Stop lying
saying
to the
word
people.
PR?
Saeed,
Without word,
that's,
hold on a
Saeed,
minute.
let me tell you
Without saying
something.
the word PR,
Saeed,
what's your reasoning?
Saeed, I'm going to explain it without shouting. Okay, I'm going to try to explain to you. Now, this is what happens. Saeed, I'm a sporting director or I'm a CEO of a football club. So are you.
Yeah.
I want a player that you want. Other than me going through these fucking back doors with like intermediaries and this and that, and even through the agent, I pick up the phone and I go, listen, I really need this. We would really interested in this player. Can we do a deal? Can you give me the ballpark of what we're thinking about this player? We want the player. The player would like to come to Manchester United. Can we get an gauge in terms of what price range we're looking at? This is what we're looking at. What are you looking at?
Okay.
That's what you do. Instead, what did it do? Because it stop the
See what I
protest.
mean, man?
And it's a larger. Let me finish. People like you in Giddy FC don't. Manchester United is about the brand. It's about the PR thing that's created. Oh, things have changed. Oh, the bomb squad. All this, the gimmicky things, like that's the most blatant gimmicky things. To carry on that to after 1958, let me finish. 1958 to do a protest. What do? We get the most obvious choice in the most crucial position, which is 99.9% of the Manchester United fan base, even though we brainwash majority of them to think it's striker, it's striker, it's striker all fucking summer. Every United fan who knows about football knows we needed a midfielder. And
No, we also need a striker
caliber,
as well.
no, listen, the caliber of Baleba is, like I said, transformational is the word there is when it comes to him, right? Because in the system that Amorim wants to play, he's the perfect player, right? The perfect player. But you know what they do? They let it out. The PR goes crazy. People even like me think, you know what?
Why can't you accept,
it's this football club. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish the point.
You're just talking waffle. You're talking waffle. Why can't you accept Man United tried to get a midfielder in, but it was
no, they fucking didn't. No, they 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 didn't.
I didn't want to
no,
sell.
They didn't.
No, they
didn't. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it. No, that's bullshit, and you know it.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is?
Yes,
you know what the problem is?
Manchester United is. With Manchester United is, and you know it. Yes, everything is.
It is. Got the camera.
It is.
His camera is rattled. He's rattled. He's
rattled.
He's rattled now. Listen, Nuruddin, not everything is PR. I get it. Man United as an institution, I hear it. I'm the first one when we are PRC.
Not nowhere near me.
PRC. Man United, hold on a minute. Genuinely go and want a player. By the way, Baleba wants to join Man United. It's not a case of fabricating.
Let me give an example, though, Saeed. Noridin, let me give an example, though, Saeed, yeah? You have a similar situation, yeah, at Newcastle, which is a bit more pushed, yeah? Where Newcastle are saying, we don't really want to sell Isak, and we don't appreciate anybody coming in for him, blah, blah, blah. Liverpool tried to approach Newcastle. Newcastle are telling them, no, we're not interested. But to show that Liverpool is serious and to show the player that they're serious, they put a bid in anyway. They put a bid in. I think about No, let me tell you something. No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just showing you a team that's willing to deal with even a club that doesn't want to sell, that doesn't want to let go of one of their best players. And Newcastle hasn't even put a number on his sack. Liverpool just went in there.
They said 150 million.
Not 150 million. That's what everyone's saying it's going to cost to get him out there. Minimum. They said minimum. No, but listen, they said minimum 150 million. Liverpool go up there and put in £100 million bid. Cool. But I'm just saying the way Newcastle are moving, they're still saying we're not interested.
Man United go out and start leaking stories to their flipping to the press about what they're trying to do, what they're not trying to do. It's the same press they're leaking stories out to now. How about it's going to be their number one target next summer, getting us ready. All right, cool. Show a Baleba that you're really serious about him. Go and put in £100 million bid.
Bro, listen, but they're saying he's not for sale. This is the
no, but put in the bid then. Let them reject it, but put in the bid. Make it known. Man United have put even for listen, Saeed. That's when we're gonna know what's really going on. Make it known, man.
You just want to bid for bid's sake.
If you think it's for a bid's sake, because then you make them. Because Saeed, there's one thing a man telling you he's gonna give you money, and there's another thing when he slaps it down on the table.
Yeah.
Put £100 million down on the table. So at least we can know, okay, Man United went in for Baleba. They offered £100 million. Brighton have turned it down. Then you already know what you're dealing with from next season. I'm just saying the fact that they haven't done that, they're telling them, you want to buy Marker. And you're telling me to tell you, I'll make an offer then.
Yeah, but the thing is though, Brighton are not even accepting 8 offers. They're not looking at it. They're saying, yo, brother,
make an offer. I get it, Saeed. Make an offer.
That's the biggest lie ever.
You know what it's like? Let me give an example. If Chelsea wanted a midfielder, if Chelsea wanted it, I'm telling you, if Chelsea were in for a midfielder, they would get this deal down. I remember when they did it, Brighton didn't want to sell Caicedo. You remember the madness that took place that summer?
Yeah.
Chelsea got the money out. I'm just telling you, Saeed, I get what you're saying, that United have, but I also get what Noridin's saying with, I reckon United, the money that they want, they saw what flipping João Pedro went for. They're thinking they can get this kid for less than 100 million.
Thank you, Musa.
I think they can. They don't want to pay this big money.
Musa, I wanted to come in here. No word of a lie. Yeah? As a fan base, we were all there. We're like, okay, this is what we have to deal with. We might have to get a midfielder. We were shouting about it all summer. In the summer, Saeed even said, actually, we don't need one midfielder. We need 2 midfielders. Even last season, some of the shows that we did, Straightjacket, Saeed was like, we need 2 midfielders. We don't just need 1. Why can't we get 2? Why can't we get 2? Listen, let me just finish. The biggest point is this. I think what the context that Musa gave was brilliant in terms of Newcastle to Liverpool. But even Liverpool fucked up as well, Musa. Do you know why? If you are, because this is what people don't understand. Cunha was last season's, in terms of finances, yeah? It was a straight buyout clause, yeah? He wanted to come to United. That was done, right, Dustin?
Yeah.
In Burma, we waited for 7 weeks, right? In the idea that why can't Manchester United have the ability to do work on multiple deals at the same time? Now, if the midfield was crucial, Musa, right? That they want us to believe that the whole world knows that Manchester United need midfielders. It's the whole fucking world, right? So why can't we put a bid in or go out there and actually inquire club to club about Inverno? If at the beginning of a window, if they said, you know what, he's got another year here, he's not for sale, other than some like 170 million or whatever, some ludicrous money, yeah, right? Then I would understand. The reason why you go late and go, you know what, look, we've been rejected by it. Oh, guess what? Next season, even the language, if you listen to the language, when we were on the Mandem Talk, when the news broke, we were on the Mandem Talk when the news broke, yeah? And even the language they used was like, the deal is going to be difficult. This is going to be a difficult deal.
Of course, you have to be.
So already,
do you think it wasn't going to be difficult?
No. Saeed, this is what I'm saying to you. Saeed, what I'm saying to you, Saeed, if you know the deal is difficult, you don't go for it at the end of the season. You go and inquire at the beginning of the fucking season.
You're covering the mic, by the way. Can't hear you properly, man. You're covering the mic.
So then, what did I? So then, that's what you do. Now, having listened to and having, because there's a thread on X where somebody broke down where these things were coming from. And the so-called YouTubers, I won't mention them, but the big channel guys who were hanging out with the players, who were hanging out with the coaches, who were hanging out with the sporting director, who were hanging out, it was all pally-pally because Manchester United are on a PR like I've never seen before in terms of a pre-season, that they let it even slip. And guess what? We're talking to Brighton about Inverno. This is after Amorim comes out and says, We need. I think we need. When after that preseason game, we said, "Oh, we need a midfielder. We need somebody with physicality. We miss pace and all that bullshit." And then to go and try
This is all a gimmick.
gaslight the fan base. Listen to me. To gaslight the fan base, and then the news comes out, but it's gonna be difficult. Get the fuck out of here. You thought you could get a player like that of the player's ability. Yes, Saeed, listen, I am undefeated. Saeed, how come the fuck I can predict things before they fucking happen? How come how many times have I said I told you fucking so? Why? Because I can see the way their mentality is. Manchester United, the Belabor thing was just on emotion to get fans excited, and then fans get so excited they cancel a fucking protest that was planned for 3-4 months. That is the biggest fucking joke. It was the biggest joke.
Don't let them get away with that. That's 1958's decision to cancel their own pros. That's their own prerogative. Nothing to do with transfers.
One of the things I would say though, Saeed, yeah, if we look at the names that we've bought in this window, Musa and Bruno and Cunha.
Musa, please, 1 second. Musa, 1 second, I beg you, please, right? Every season, just maybe about 7 to 10 days before the season starts, yeah, there is this some polls that are taken, yeah. Go and look at the fan poll, right? The poll of the fans from before the season, before games kicked off, that came out about a week ago, and the poll fan, Manchester United were in the top 5 in terms of fans looking forward to enthusiasm about the new season. Let me repeat, Manchester United were the highest, Liverpool and Sunderland, because Sunderland not been in the Premier League and their fans are excited to get back into the Premier League and they think they can hopefully stay in the Premier League. So how can a team like a fan base that we finished 15th last season, where we understand and know, other than Mbeumo and Cunha being good players, Manchester United transfer window has been fucking dog shite. If Mbeumo gets released, the poll gets taken, and guess where we are, Saeed? Do you think the club don't look at the markers of fans and where fans are? They look at the way we interact on fucking X. If they had a fucking full team analyzing that, and you want to tell me not, Manchester United were in the top 5 in terms of level of enthusiasm for the new season, in terms of fan base. So you're telling me that they don't say some things. Yo, honestly, I'm gonna just stop because I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is this, Saeed, with all the players that we've bought in this season, and I'm not saying that Man United don't want Belabor, but we have to admit Belebor's not a priority signing for Man United this window.
Sorry?
We have to admit that he's not a priority signing.
No, I just think they had a list and they were going by one. Okay, they should have put Radiant midfielder high up the list.
Yeah, so this is what I think he's trying to say at the same time, that because if he was one of the main priorities, you don't start him last towards the end of the season, knowing that it's going to be difficult, because I'll be honest with you, if Man United would have got Belabor in, it would have been the biggest deal we've done this summer. For me, it's the biggest deal. So if it's the biggest deal, I know I've got Cunha in. I know Mbeumo definitely wants to come to us. I know that with the new strike force of them two, and you got Zertsky in there, Bruno, everyone that contributes, I know if we don't get a striker in until maybe January, it's not the end of the world. I know that after them two, who were basically ready to come, when did Mbeumo actually say he wanted to come to United? How long ago was that? Maybe a month and a half ago?
Yeah, month and a half ago.
So that was done then. So from then, a month and a half ago, the next signing you push for is Belabor. And I think the fact that they did it just tells us that he's not a priority signing, and that they're happy. If they would have got him in for a good price in what they deem in their eyes 70, 80, they would have paid it. But if they don't, they're happy to wait till next season. But the question I ask you is this side: if we want to know that Man United are serious about getting a midfielder in, are we saying that we've got 80 million now in this transfer window to buy a midfielder?
Right now, the thing is though, you probably could get a midfielder now for a decent amount of money, but not the money that we will go to get Belabor for. Belabor would have been more than 100 million. Would have been maybe 110, 120.
But does Man United have money then? So we should have about 80 million to get a midfielder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. Let's go and buy another midfielder.
And if they don't, it's going to prove Noradin's point.
If they don't, then it will show that it's incompetence. Like
and I don't think they are. I don't think Man United. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Man United
are going to buy any other midfielder for that type of money. No one's coming in for 80 million. Because if they were serious, they'll be trying to get Wharton in. Because why I said I wanted Edison is because Edison's a player that can play multiple positions in the middle of the park. And similar to what Minna said earlier, why are we like allergic to having good players on the bench or on the field? I think Edison's a great. If Edison got a ball right now for Man City, he wouldn't be a number one starter, but we would know that, hold on, City have got a new serious midfielder here and they've got options. So I feel like out of all the players we've been linked to stylistically, I think Edison is a ball carrier, someone who can tackle and also does have an eye for, it doesn't score a load of goals, but I think his ball carrying ability and the fact that he's also good at scanning in that sixth position, I think he's a good player to have him because we should have got him instead of Ugarte and we wouldn't be having this argument. Do you know what I mean? Because you could see if we did get a Baleba next season, you can see him and Edison working or him and Colby or something like that. Whereas Ugarte, I don't see anyone working with him, sadly. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? It's an issue. So I don't know, but I don't think we get a midfielder in. I'll be honest with you. In the next 2 weeks, I don't think we're getting a midfielder in.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's get these super chats in. Clown FC United showed up. Arsenal clocked in. United have record 20 shots in a single Premier League game against Arsenal for the first time since the 8-2 win August 11th, 25. Big up Cunha and Mbeumo got me off my seat. Centre midfielder and goalkeeper needed. Teto was yelling at his fullbacks, lol, what plan to sit? Big up Saeed, who would you rather get, Glasner or Iriola? I would go get Iriola, man, because I want to get out of this system. But me personally, this 3-4-3 formation, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, I'd rather just get out of that. But I think next game, Minna, we'll see in it. This is not the game to be stressing about. It's a Fulham game and the Burnley. Win them 2, 6 out of 9. Not a bad start for United.
I mean, on paper, that's the games you expect United to win. But obviously, you just never know. I think you just.
Would you say now United 6 out of 6 next 2?
I expect 6 points out of 6 in the next 2 games. The thing is, though, Amorim is one of my frustrations with Amorim is that he's just very difficult to predict what 11 he's going. Like the games that you would think will go out with a certain starting 11, it will be the complete opposite. And then like vice versa, you know, the games where you would expect a Kobbie Mainoo to play, he won't sniff a minute. So it's really hard to predict. But if you look at even the way that Fulham played on the weekend, or even with the way that Burnley played, based on the way that United played, they should win, right? We should win.
We should.
But you just never know. You just never know. I hope United win because I can't listen to any more of Nuruddin's conspiracy theory.
Yeah. And also, you got to remember, last 3 games for United have all been by 1 goal margins. That is
but
crazy.
That's the issue. United don't score goals. I believe, like I genuinely believe after yesterday's game that as the season progresses and the more these players, the Mbumos, the Seskos, the Cunhas, the more that they play together, in due time the goals will come. I genuinely think the goals will come.
I want you guys to know, bro.
No, I was just gonna say that for me is the measurement of how well United are doing, is if we're converting those chances. Because to me, there's like the 20 shots that United had on goal yesterday. On paper, it sounds good, but if you watch the game, it's probably like 2 of those shots or 3 of those chances were actually opportunities to challenge Raya and Arsenal. So I don't want to, like, for example, Fulham game. If you were to tell me we would have 14 shots on goal and 9 of them on target and 4 of them are big chances and 2 of them are goals, I would say, you know what, Man United are improving in front of goal. But if we're going to continue to have these double-digit 20-plus opportunities, but really on, the eye test is telling you that really those 20 shots on goal, 2 of them challenge the keeper, then to me that's not a measurement of Man United improving. And that's how I'm going to look at whether or not United are improving over the next kind of couple of games. Because last year our biggest issue was goals. This year we've brought in 3 different players combined that have scored over 50 goals combined in their leagues alone. That's not even all comps. So based on that idea, we should be scoring goals. And I know you are going to blame the system. I know everyone's going to be like, it's the system that's stopping us from. Nuruddin, please don't shout at us.
No,
I don't think it's the system.
It's a joke.
I don't think it's the system.
By the way, I met many people who are fan of the show. I'm fan of you, Mina. Fan of you, Musa.
Yeah, big up, man.
Love that.
Big up to everybody at the festival, man. Who was fan of football.
Yeah.
Big up to them. And
Big
the
up,
feedback they
man.
gave me were like, we make good points, but don't shout. It's only because this Muppet triggers me. But anyhow, and Manchester United trigger me as well. It's a natural thing. But I actually had a wonderful weekend, so big up everybody.
That's what I'm saying, man. Don't let that stress it. I'm cool,
listen,
man.
The biggest thing for me is that,
listen,
the biggest thing is that you don't tease the fan base. You don't tease the fan base with a player like Mbeumo. You don't.
We can't get excited about may not be interested in players.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But no, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. But I just say now, if you're gonna go for a player like him, you go in full. You're going with full card, full transparent, and you go and get it. That's how I stop. We disagree on what the things are. Totally disagree. No problem.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I expect Manchester United. My only big worry is that when Mbeumo and they both fit, so they both can pick up the ball from a bit deeper and drive with it. But I think if we come up against low blocks, it's going to be very difficult for players to go and isolate. What we need to get them is closer to goal and get them to get their shots off. And we need Sesko to be able to pin centre-backs back and to be able to do that. Now, the Fulham game will show us in terms of what the midfield is, the intensity, like Musa explained. But I am worried. I know that everybody was gassed about Arsenal, what it was. I am worried. The midfield, at times, the way that we want our defenders to defend, I genuinely do believe we're going to concede a lot of goals because this man-for-man business, I genuinely don't think it. I think De Ligt can do it in certain parts of the game. I don't know if he can do it for 97 minutes. I think Luke Shaw's going to get found out in terms of his fitness if he's got over.
He done well though yesterday. He done well. I like him.
He did do well.
No, and this is what I'm saying to you. So I'm giving him the props for that he did well yesterday in terms of physicality. We actually did look like we played with a bit more intensity than we usually do. But I 100% believe time will tell. That's the beauty about this game. Only time will tell to see how Manchester United go. Now, you would think that obviously Arsenal have got superb defence, especially the two centre-backs. So if Manchester United had the ball where the ball was bouncing outside of the 10 yards, where the ball was bouncing in and around inside the box, you would think the ball could fall to one of the United players and then we'd be able to put it away. But I also think that we're going to concede a lot of goals because of the midfield and the way they set up. I actually don't think it's the system. The big thing what people really misunderstand. By the way, I've been doing I'm going to do a show on it, but I've been doing some homework on. I've been using Google Translate to basically translate what the journalists were writing about Amorim in his development of that sporting club, right? Sporting football club, yeah. In terms of his style of play, the biggest thing he wants the team to be able to have interchanging. You have to be versatile to be able to be competent in different. So that's why the attackers are rotational, the midfielders are rotational, the defenders, the wide centre halves can sometimes step into midfield and sometimes go out as they would as they're a right back. So in this system, every player has to be multifunctional, multidimensional in terms of the different positions that they can competently do. And the biggest thing is that you play man-for-man football. So it's a man-for-player football. Last season, he didn't do that. He did more defensive with a back five, like we pointed it out. This season, this is what he's going. I like risk. I like reward, right? Manchester United under Fergie. Fergie was a gambler. That's what he was built on. We would smash the kitchen sink, the baby, the bathwater at every team that came to Old Trafford try to score. And sometimes we would get teams counter-attacking us and scoring goals. I don't mind that. But what you're asking the players to do too much, that is a risk. Remember, at the height of Manchester United with Vidic and Ferdinand, we would leave them to, everybody used to go up. Remember Ferdinand used to carry the ball into the field and come in and try to break the lines. That's what he wants. Do I think the players who are in our squad have the capability to do that? No. No, not all of them don't have the capability. And that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Let's be positive, man. Let's be positive. And let's see, like I said, Fulham, midfielder, got 2 weeks left of the window. Let's see what we can do.
When is it, by the way? What time's the game on Saturday? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
No, Sunday, 4:30.
Oh, it's another Super Sunday. Wow.
Yeah, but of course,
Yeah,
man,
that's bad. It's another Super Sunday. I'm going to try and get myself down to Fulham next week to watch the game.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm afraid of, though, guys? You know what I'm afraid of, though, guys, is that, and I know that as a fan base, we're not putting the pressure on them, but as forwards, and the fact that they were brought in to score goals, the fact that they haven't scored in pre-season, and no one scored yesterday, they are going to put, especially Cunha. I think Cunha's putting a lot of pressure on himself because you've seen his ability, but you see how he snatched at a few chances and how he rushed a few shots. And it's not from the fan base. I just think it's from the players themselves. They want to score in it. They want to feel like they're paying us back. Where I feel like it's going to come naturally if they continue to play, you know, in their way. But one of the sad things is, I think, is that we don't have. It's gone back to a bit like Ollie up front, where it's the forwards have to figure it out themselves. Yeah. And when you have to figure out yourselves, and this, as much as we will grill Pep Guardiola and say he takes the flair out of Grealish, and because he just wants to know 9 out of 10 times you are getting yourselves in positions where you score the goals. Flair or no flair, that's not his business. He's not leaving it to chance. Whereas now we're gone back to leaving it to chance. They got to feel this. They got to feel for themselves and blah blah blah. And I'm telling you, Saeed, if they continue to go a few games without scoring, it's going to get to them. They're forwards. They want to score goals.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I just say this because I follow up with that. I actually did not like the way they all went down after the final whistle yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck up. You got beaten. It's not a cup final. It's not. You didn't lose the World Cup final.
But they gave it all in it, man.
No, I don't believe that.
Man.
No, I'm sorry. Body language is important.
No, I agree with Noradin on this. I agree.
You don't agree with that, man. They literally knackered, bro. They gave it their all, man.
It's not about being knackered, Saeed. It's not about
Saeed, you know what Noradin's saying? You know when you lose the fight? No, but not Saeed. Saeed, listen, you're not wrong, Saeed. You're not wrong.
Let me have my point. For once, it's like, this is why I think the players can't win. The players don't give it their all. They're walking around, it's whatever. They don't care. Now that they're on the floor, they're absolutely tanked, They've given it their all. They've had an amazing game, and now you want them to get up. What is it,
but
man?
Then don't show your hurt. What we're saying is this side, in war and in battle, you don't show your hurt. I get what you're saying, Saeed. They were knackered and tired, but wait until you get into that tunnel and collapse. Collapse in the tunnel. Just don't show it. Don't show it. We're used to a certain Saeed. We're talking about changing the culture at the club. We're trying to say that we deserve to be there. Not yesterday, we gave it our all against a team that's meant to win the league, and when we lose, we collapse on the floor. Come on, Saeed.
I'm sorry, we are reaching badly. Nerdy, you're reaching, man. I just think for me, it's one of them where. Hold on a minute. It's one of them where. No, I'm just gonna. It's one of them where they gave it their all. They're on the floor, flat out. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna be looking at it thinking standard. That is the worst standards I've ever seen, man. What is going on?
Saeed, I'm not talking about standard. Saeed, I'm not talking about standard.
You can't.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. That's what I'm saying to you. Interpret. I'm not even talking about what Musa's talking about war and all this bullshit. It's a fucking football game. It's not war. It's
war. Roy Keane told you we're at war.
Well, Roy Keane's waffling, man. It's no war. It's just football game. What I'm saying to you is that it's not like you've just been knocked out of the Champions League semi-final, or you've just lost the FA Cup final, or this is the last day of the Premier League season. I'm saying put it in the context. Yeah, you feel like you performed well. The majority of the fans think that you performed well in the stadium because they were backing and singing for you. So why are you going down like that? I'm like, what is this? What? So, and you know me, I'm like, more emotion should be expressed. But the way that Cunha and the way that Yoro and these guys were all on the floor, I'm like, get the fuck up, man. This is one game. You're not playing Arsenal every 38 games. This is one game out of 38 games. Get up and think, okay, we didn't get our way today. We're going to hopefully...
They did get up, but just not on the time you wanted them to.
That's it's not about getting up. It's just
they literally didn't get up on the time you wanted them to. No. What you're moaning about is that
man.
They showed that they cared. The one said the players look like they cared enough.
Saeed, I'm not.
I don't get why you now moaning about it.
Saeed, listen. Saeed, I have never once said the players. I've never questioned the players that I work at. You know how you show me you care?
Why didn't get up straight away?
Saeed, let me say this. You know how you show me you care?
Well, the game's still fucking going on. Show me the tackles.
They gave it their all. And they gave it their all.
Listen, the tackles you put in, the goals that you score.
Did they not do that in the game? Did they not do that in the game?
Saeed. No, they didn't. They didn't score. They didn't score.
Oh my God, seriously, no, dude. Honestly, I'm done. We're gonna end this podcast. We're gonna end this podcast. You know why, Norton? You are waffling. You are waffling now. You know you do it now, Norton. You know because you're shifting the goalposts now. You're shifting the goalposts now. Before it was about performance. Because Norton, you see why you're hypocritical, yeah? You saying on the podcast, yeah, it's about the manner in which you play. If you lose, you go out fighting.
I will back it.
And now you're changing the script.
No, I'm not. I'm not changing it.
Now you're saying it's about the result. When you've done it countless times, and said about the performance. If you give us a performance, I will go there and I'll clap it off. But now it's about the result. I'm sorry, man.
Listen. No. That's the waffle right there. Because you think you're clever to think that you're catching me out, Saeed. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I am telling you, and I don't want to shout. I'm telling you that Arsenal, after 30 minutes, said this team is crap at coming back. Mbumo or no fucking Mbumo or no Cunha. This team is shit because the midfield is shit. They can't create shit and opening. So what we're going to do is we're going to defend because we believe in the players that in the back that we have, the defensive structure with the two centre halves, and we believe in Raya. So that's what we're going to do. And when I look at it, let me finish.
Look at this. It's true. He doesn't care about the result. The performance yesterday was good. But they're calling you out here. They're calling you out because you're not consistent with your own argument. You're not consistent. You said your performances, as long as they got performances, we have to be consistent though. They're calling you out, Nuruddin, because you're not being consistent. You're not being consistent with your own argument.
You are cutting me off, by the way.
It was one game a week. Will be better. And now it's
you're cutting me off because you're not letting me finish the point. Saeed and Musa and everybody in the chat, how many times do I also mention and say, how many fucking saves did the goalkeeper make? Do I not also say that shit? Yes, I fucking do. Every game I go, we huff and puff, but seriously, people, how many fucking saves, serious saves, did the opposition goalkeeper make a save?
What was that intent, though? Our intent to play football.
Saeed, one save from Cunha.
Forget the save.
One save. And all of you, like Musa said, all of you got gassed. Musa's brothers watching the game and saw it the same way I saw it. Arsenal
was the intent good? Was the intent good?
Let me finish the point. They gave us the ball and said, "Go, we dare you to break."
They didn't give us a ball. They didn't give us a ball. We earned the right to have the ball. We earned the right to have the ball. No, they don't do that. They didn't step back. They stepped back because of what we were doing.
What game did you watch?
You see, I don't like the terminology.
What are you talking about?
Back because Man United made them sit back.
No, they didn't.
Man United were the ones on the front foot.
It was the tactic.
Nuruddin, you're crazy, man. You got to give credit, man, when it's there, man. Nuruddin, you have to give credit on an individual basis. I'm not saying to you, all of a sudden, Amorim's a genius, but Manchester United made Arsenal play the way they played. They pegged them back in. United did that to them.
No, they didn't. No,
they think that was by design. Even though Arsenal was screaming.
After 30 minutes, they sat back. After 30 minutes, they sat back. And then you don't want to talk about it because it's uncomfortable. But what the fuck when Maguire came in? What the fuck were they doing? What's this gimmick? Explain to me what this gimmick of who's from the ball up to fucking Maguire. What is it? What is it?
Or someone else. I'm sure someone was knackered. I knew that he wanted to change it because one of the players in the back line was knackered. I forgot who it was. It might have been Dillit.
So with one player, why are we changing the whole tactic then? Why are we?
No, because it was getting because the problem was though, Manchester United were not getting the ball in the box. They were dilly-dallying around the edge of the area and not getting the ball in the box. So it was about being more direct. Getting the ball in.
You're correct, Saeed. Sesko is 6'5". Why didn't hoof the ball to him? Why is the gimmick that we're going to
I agree.
What the fuck are they doing? You don't want to talk about it here because that beats.
I'm not saying that.
It's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's uncomfortable to talk about it. The subs that came on made us even fucking worse.
I agree.
Made us worse. But you don't want to talk about that. But Saeed, according to Saeed and people like Nina, it's the best performance we've ever seen from an Amorim team. No, it fucking wasn't. It was not. the best performance. Liverpool away at Anfield was the best performance ever.
Even the Leon game, I preferred it. My thing is this side. I'll tell you for free.
I want to have the context, mate. The context is what matters. I looked at an Arsenal team.
You spoke about context all day, but you've not given one context.
An Arsenal team that looked at it said, "Well, 1-0 up. You know what? We're gonna just defend and try to hit them on the counter. That's what we're going to do." And that's what they did. And the fact that you guys can't see that, I swear to God, I feel like I just want to fucking get off this planet. I swear. The fact that most of you cannot see that Arsenal thought, you know what, we're going to change tactics. We know they struggle against low blocks. We know they struggle. So we're going to just play on the counter. And we're going to just keep the
You don't want to give
locked,
one credit to Man United for playing well and actually having a game plan for once that was proactive, that was on the front foot, and that wanted to score. But you don't want to give any credit to Man United because it's you know what, it's not needed right now. It's not needed right now.
Saeed, I'll give a credit. I will give credit, and I'm on record because I'm fair at a majority of times. I'm fair. Even when players who I think they're shit play well, I come out and say so. And when I think the other team is giving it in terms of wanting to win and wanting to go for it, go for more goals, and did that, I would come out and say, you know what, like I did at Anfield, like I did at Man City. I said Manchester United won there and fucking stuck it on City, stuck it on Liverpool. I will come out and say, Arsenal, they weren't at their best for whatever reason, whatever it was. And tactically, after 30 minutes, they changed it and they sat back and started to play counter-attacking football, which didn't work well because they couldn't even. And then I've look at the tweets of Arsenal fans. They were so angry at their midfield not to be able to connect and find the wingers and to find the guys. And this is the fucking biggest thing. At Liverpool were going for the fucking league. They wanted to win. They come at us. They weren't defending. We played well. We made Liverpool defend. We did that. This game, tactically, after 30 minutes, Arsenal fucking said, we're going to play on the counter, 1-0 away. We think we're good enough to have that 3 points.
Okay.
And they did that. And Manchester United had zero. You know what Manchester United had? United had Ugarte shooting for fucking 40 yards and Harry Maguire gimmick. That's
isolated. Yeah. Okay.
That's what they had.
Anyway, people, we're going to wrap it up here, people, man. Big up to everyone locked in. Last super chat here. May not need you to scout for us. Love the show. Was confident for the team. Flowers to Idios. Team was right. Manager can challenge for Premier League 4. I'm hammering out. If we could play like that every game, I will change my mind. You know what? That's being very objective. Fair play, man. Some can learn. You know what I'm saying to you. But people, we're going to wrap it up here, people. Nuruddin, are you live tonight, tomorrow? What's your plan?
Tomorrow, man. I need to recover.
Yeah. People, make sure you follow.
I need to
stream, people. YouTube is bugging.
People, is YouTube
working now, people? YouTube working.
Forget the festival. I need to recover from this podcast.
Yeah.
Forget the festival.
People, let me know if the stream is working. I was going to do the Everton game, but if the stream's not working, then I'm not going to do it. So let me know if the stream is working, man, because I don't know what happened today, but YouTube was bugging.
Was that what was happening when I was on the road? Yeah.
Yeah, the YouTube, like just in general, like, it wasn't working. So let me know in the chat if the stream is back on normal. I think it is, to be honest with you. Most of love, man, for coming on, man.
Love always, man. Guys, like I said to you, the next 2 games will let us know everything that we know about yesterday's game. You know what I mean? I reckon the next 2 games will let us know everything we need to know where Man United is. Because obviously I think the majority of the fan base are giddy. But I think there's a group of us that are saying Arsenal played 6 out of 10 yesterday. So the question is, was it because of Man United's brilliance, or was it because it was the start of the season and they were taking it easy and they were away at Old Trafford? Which one is it? You want us to believe? Some of the fan base want us to believe that it was because of our brilliance. I'll take the latter and say that it's because it's the start of the season. They're away to Man United at Old Trafford. They haven't won there in how many years? They don't need to come there and be expansive. They could just come back, sit back, get a 1-0 win, and go back to business.
That's what they did, Musa. That's what they did. I promise you. I'm gonna watch the game again, and if I'm totally wrong, tomorrow night I'm gonna do a video. I think around 10 o'clock. I'm gonna do a video, maybe 9 o'clock, and I will apologize to the whole fan base because I'm gonna watch the game again. But
Watch it again, please.
When I looked at it again, even when I looked at the highlights today,
I'm going to send you the website as well.
Tactics. Arsenal changed the tactics and said, you know what? We're going to try to get another one on the counter. We're not going to go for it. Let them come at us. We're going to defend. And that's what the tactics was. That's what the tactics was. But if Arsenal came out at us, then most likely we would have scored because they weren't all defending like they're defending their box. But if you even watch the heat map, they were sinking in deeper and deeper. And the substitutions told me everything I needed to know about Amorim. Absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
Absolute disgrace. Harry Maguire and fucking Ugarte made Manchester United even worse. And actually, like, if Ahmad is going to play that wing back, and I told everybody, remember when we picked the teams, I said Diego Dalot is going to play and Luke Shaw is going to play. And I was right about that.
Remember.
I predicted that Luke Shaw and Diego Dalot, I said, the tax is real. It's real. Say whatever you want, it's real. But the big thing for me, Arsenal's tactics changed and they defended and they went, we'll go on the counter and get the second goal and that. We're going to just hold on to what we've got. And we had zilch.
And I'm going to say it.
And Kobe, I told Kobe at Christmas that he needs to leave and go to a football club that will develop him. The day that you're being bought, Ugarte being bought up for you when United are chasing the game tells you everything. If that was a clue that Amorim does not rate Kobe Mainoo, then I don't know what else he wants. Sooner he leaves, the better. The window's still open. He needs to find himself a football club.
Yeah.
Because you're not. Ugarte's not taking my place. When United,
he's gonna outlive the manager. He's only 21. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. But people, man, I'll see you. I'm gonna watch the Everton game. Should be a good game against Leeds. Leeds' first home game. And yeah, man, I'll see you.
Grealish is on, yeah.
Grealish as well.
By the way, listen. If Grealish was black or Grealish was French, you would have never heard the end of it about how much of a disgrace footballer he is and how much of a flop he is for everybody, from Roy Keane to everybody and their nan, because he's Jack and he's one of the lads. When the face fits, when Saeed says the face fits, that is what the fuck we're talking about, people. Same players, different treatments. If even Jack Grealish was a mixed heritage English player, he would have got murdered for going out for his antics. But it's because he's Jack. Oh, you know what they say now? He's out of jail. It was all Pep. Pep has put him in depression. And look, he's going to be free now. He's going to be the main guy to drive the Everton.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's got full goals. I think it is. I'll put it in the watch along chat later on, people. But listen, people, like, subscribe. Musa reacts. Make sure you follow him, man, people.
Yeah, I've got a video coming out post match. I'm gonna drop one, mate. I've had time to think about
post match after the game, man, not a day later.
I need time to think about it. I need time to think about it. Yeah,
process it. There you go, Musa. Process it.
I've made my decision now. I know what I need to say. I'm gonna.
How was Leslie? How was Leslie? Is she all right? Is she looking forward?
Yeah. All right, all love, man. She just, loving it, loving life, man, loving life. You know what I'm saying?
And I saw Saeed. I saw some of your Giddy FC taking photos with Avram Grant in the new seat, in the new executive seat.
I know, of course, that's where it is.
£600 that guy paid for that seat. £600.
That's why I think it's paid actors, man. I don't think it's a fan. It's got to be a paid actor. It's got to be a paid actor.
And you know what, Musa? He accuses me, and Mooney accused me of being a conspiracy theorist. And United are doing these things. You see what I mean, Musa? You see what I mean? I am a conspiracy. Everything is conspiracy. But when you see a photo like that, in what God's earth, knowing what that family has done to the fucking football club.
He's a paid actor, man.
I'm gonna get a selfie. Can you give me a hug?
You know what? Fair play for the guy for getting the moment when he got the video as well, man. Because that was a crazy moment, man. But listen, people, man, I'll see you lot in a bit, man. Take care.